Hello guys! So this week's video is a little different because I'm going to be teaching you how to crochet. So if you need to slow down this video or fast forward it or pause it and go backwards, you can, because this is a lot to take in just one video and it might take you a few days to actually learn how to crochet. And don't worry if your first square isn't actually a square, because my first square was actually a triangle. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment down below and I will try to answer as many of them as possible. Let's get started. I'm going to start off with a slip knot, and how you make a slip knot is you're going to take the end of your yarn and you're going to put it right here on these two fingers and you're going to hold it down with your thumb. Then you can turn your hand over and pull the yarn closer to the nail on your third finger. Wrap it down and then wrap it to the other side on your third finger, forming an X. Then you're going to grab it with these two fingers and you're going to insert your hook into the middle. The yarn you're grabbing with these two fingers, you're going to grab with that hook and you're going to pull it through. And then you can slip the whole thing off your fingers and just tighten it. The next thing we're going to learn is how to hold your crochet. A lot of people do it differently, so you can do it however you like, but how I do is I wrap the working yarn around my hand like that. I grab it with these back two fingers and I'm going to hold the piece right with my middle and first finger. With my hook, you can hold like this. This is called the knife hold. You can also hold it like this, which is like a pencil, and you can just work like that. So holding your crochet hook doesn't really matter how you do it as long as it's comfortable to you. We need to learn how to chain, and chaining is the foundation of the square we are going to be making. So how we're going to do it is we're first going to hold our crochet hook and we're going to yarn over, and it's weird because they call it yarn over, but you actually go under your yarn to grab it. You can go over like this, but most people do it under. And you're going to grab the yarn just like that and you're going to pull it through the slip knot on your hook. Just like that. And it's going to make a little V right there, as you can see. And then we're going to be doing it again, so grab the yarn and then you're going to pull it through, and then we're going to do it again, so grab your yarn, pull it through, and again grab your yarn, pull it through, and you should notice it's starting to form a chain, and it does look a lot like a braid. So we're going to be chaining 11 to just start. You guys can chain as many as you want, but I'm just going to chain 11. And you can count your chain by counting each of the little V's. So like this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Just like that. So then after we did our chain, we're going to start our piece by doing a stitch called single crochet. And what we're going to do is each of these chains are a V, and we're going to skip the first V, and this V closest to your hook is actually called the first chain or whatever. And it's just a little weird because you did this one first, but this is just called the first one in most patterns. And we're going to insert our hook. We're going to skip the first one and insert our hook into the second one. And we're just going to stick our hook into just the top loop right there, even though it's a V, and we're going to get to that in a moment. On our foundation chain, it's just a little different, and we're going to insert our hook into that top strand of yarn right there. So just insert your hook in there. And all we're going to do is we're going to grab our yarn going under and over. You can go over then under, but that is totally your choice. Most people do this, like I've said. And you're going to pull it through the V. So you're just going to pull it through the V, just like that. And now you should have 2 loops on your hook. And then you're going to grab your yarn again and then pull it through both the loops on your hook, just like that. And as you can notice, it actually does make another V right there. And now we're going to do that to the stitch right next to it. So that hole right there is your first stitch. This V right here will be your second stitch. So you're going to insert your hook into the top loop right here, grab your yarn and pull it through, grab the yarn again and pull through both loops on your hook. Just like that. And we're going to be doing it all the way down the row. So we're going to insert our hook into the third V, which is, this is the second one, and then this will be the third one. The loop right here is what we're going to be inserting our hook into, just like that. We're going to grab the yarn and pull it through, and then we're going to grab the yarn again and pull it through both loops on the hook. And we're just going to continue doing that all the way down the end. Okay, I made it to the end of the row. So on the last stitch, you're just going to do your last single crochet. And then you're going to chain one just by yarning over and pulling it through the loop on your hook. And that will create the ridge we need, so that way it can be straight right here. And then we're going to turn our piece, and we're just going to turn it that way. Just like that. And then we're going to look here. So you can see there's also a lot of V's here. The V closest to your hook is actually the chain one that we just did. And we're going to skip the first one and go to the second one like we did before. And here's the tricky part. We're going to stick our hook into both sides of that V. Just like that. Both sides. And then we're going to grab our yarn and pull it through both sides. And then lastly, we're going to grab our yarn again and pull it through both loops on your hook. And we're just going to be doing single crochets, and it'll just be a little bit different now because we're just sticking it into both sides of your V. So we're going to do that again. Stick it into both sides of the V. Grab your yarn and pull it through. Grab your yarn again and pull it through right there. I'm just going to do that again and push it through both sides of the V. And then you're going to grab your yarn, pull it through. Grab your yarn, pull it through. I'm going to do it again. Put your hook into the V, both sides. Grab your yarn, pull it through. Grab the yarn again and pull it through. And you're just going to continue all the way to the end like the last row. So I made it to the last stitch on my row. The last stitch on my row is more like a point, and it's a little bit hard to see, but it's right there. And you're just going to insert your hook into it, grab the yarn, pull it through, grab the yarn, pull through both loops on your hook. And now you can count your stitches, and we can see if we still have 10 stitches. And we can count by counting each little V right there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we still have 10 stitches. If you have more or less, you might have accidentally done one too many stitches into the same stitch in the previous round, or you might have accidentally skipped a stitch, and it's totally fine. So now we are going to chain one, turn our work, and we are going to do the same thing we did in the previous round by skipping the chain one, insert our hook into the first stitch. Make sure you do both sides. Grab the yarn, pull it through. Grab the yarn again and pull it through. And you're just going to keep going all the way down the line. I made it to the last stitch on my row. And all we're going to do is insert our hook into both sides of the stitch. Grab the yarn, pull it through, grab the yarn again, and pull through both loops on our hook. So now it should look like this, and we can count again to make sure we still have 10 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we can just chain 1, turn our work, and we can keep going. And you're just going to repeat that over and over and over until your piece is as long as you want it to be. What if you forget what row you are on and you need to figure out what row you're on to complete your pattern? And there is a super simple way to count your rows. And all you're going to be doing is you're going to look here and you're going to see how some rows have these little upside down V's on here. Do you see that? And then some rows are just lines going this way and into a 3. And altogether that makes like a rainbow kind of way. And then there are lines going this way on both sides that kind of box them in like a bunch of little rainbows going down the line. And basically each of those rainbows right here is 2 rows because there's one side of the rainbow and the other side of the rainbow. And we're going to be doing that for this row's too. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4 rows. But this top right here is not finished. There is no rainbow, and this row is just number 5. That's it. So I have done 5 rows so far. So I have done 10 rows of my piece, and I still have my 10 stitches, and I want to end it. So it is so easy. All you do is you're going to chain 1, and then you're just going to cut your yarn just like that. And then you can take your hook and you can pull the loop out just like that. And then you can just pull on this to tighten it. And there you have it, your first little square. If you don't like the ends hanging off of your piece, there is a super simple way to fix that. All you have to do is you can take a needle or you can use your crochet hook. In this case, I will use a needle. And what you're going to do is you're going to insert the yarn end into your needle. And you're going to do like a sort of zigzag motion going down and up. And you're just going to sew it in just like that. And then you're going to go down and up. Down and up. Down and up. And then once you think you've done it enough, you can use your scissors and cut the yarn. And then just kind of tug right here to kind of hide the end. Just like that. And I'll do the same thing to the other one. So we're just gonna thread it through just like that, and you're going to put it in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, and then we can just cut the yarn and kind of just fluff it up to hide it, just like that. And there you go, your first square. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope this video was useful to you. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and comment down below if you have any questions or what video I should make next. Thanks for watching!